Happy March, everyone. Happy March 2025. As the title of the video states, I really want us to have this phrase of like, oh, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to come up. Things might feel as though they are completely upside down, as if a soap opera writer is writing the script of your life or the script of the macro outside world, whatever you participate in. Expect it to get a little bit more wild, like a little bit more turned up. Like the phrase or the analogy that's popping into my head is like, you know, when the soap opera does like a 2-hour special and you're like, oh, I didn't expect that to come up. I didn't expect them to have a baby. Like, expect it to be a little bit wild. Expect, what did I write down? Be ready for anything. For those that are new here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channeler and an astrologer. And we speak in lenses around here because I wear these big old glasses. So I channel through the lens of astrology, a growth mindset, personal growth and development, leadership growth and development, entrepreneurship, spiritual practices, like all different things. So my purpose here is to offer an inspired and safe space for connection and growth. I'm here to really help bring you back into alignment. The people that are most drawn to my work are extremely busy. They don't have time to unpack all of the spiritual jargon, all of the woo-woo, all of those things, but they really understand that things are happening in a very efficient way. So I'm going to give you some key dates for the month. If you are interested in more of a deep dive, today is going to be like the most powerful dates of the month in the same way that I did the February 2025 video. If you're interested in more, the season ahead video, the Pisces season ahead, and I will have an Aries season ahead video, those are going to be the ones that have more dates. I'm going to talk about more aspects, all different things like that. But I have the most important key dates for March 2025, what you might be feeling, how to utilize this energy, how to harness it for your highest and greatest good, for your most authentic timeline. What I really want to highlight, when we go into eclipse season, what is eclipse season, Sarah? It happens twice a year, usually happens on the axis that the North Node and the South Node are falling in. And just to highlight, I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith. So if you follow the true North Node and the true Lilith, some dates are going to be different. So that's totally fine. One's not right, one's not wrong, but you can get the theme, but just the dates for certain things are going to be different. Eclipses are when incredibly paradigm hopping, quantum shattering, like literally timeline shattering things could happen, but in the most unexpected, but also in the gentlest of ways. What do you mean by gentle, Sarah? Like, this world is not gentle. Nothing's happening gently. It's as if you've been in this corridor, and sometimes my Boston comes out, so I apologize. You've been in this corridor, and usually you want to be in a room, you want to know where you're going, you want to know what the next step is, but God hasn't opened the door for you. This is the type of energy where God is going to open the door for you, and he's going to hold the door for you. So you can powder your nose, you can go to the loo, you can do whatever you want, because what's meant for you is only meant for you. A lot of the people in this group, in this community, wherever you are, you, I'm talking to you, never ending story, you. You've been waiting, you've been doing the inner work, you've been polishing every single facet of the diamond that you are, and now is your time. Now is your time. So when I say gentle, it's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been working on this. I've been prepping for this. I've been doing the dang thing. Like, I'm ready for the next step in my timeline, in my life, in my trajectory. So certain things, and I've tried to record this video like 6 times, so I apologize if I've already introduced this energy of mine. But when I'm talking to you as a channeler, my guides show me pictures and images over here. I usually have a galactic screen over here and a past life screen over here. So like minimum 4 tabs open, screens open in my channeling. And so near the end of the video, I'm going to channel a little bit, some messages. I've been really connecting with galactic councils as of late, the Galactic Council of 9, the GFL, but also in a way like this is just extremely etheric quantum energy that's coming through. So I kind of want to put all of that channeling to the end so that if you are not interested in that, you do not have to receive that. Everything that I have here is an offering. If it's for you, it's for you. If not, it's okay to scroll past me. It is so okie dokie. That is so fine. So let's get into it. I'm trying to think of what. Until Madame Esma for the pause. Go pause the video. go grab your coffee, tea, go grab some water, your journal, some pens, a snack, brekkie, lunch, dinner, wherever you are in the world. And we'll chat about March 2025. And so I have, there are links below in the description for many, many, many different references. If you're interested in more of a deep dive, if you're ready to do the work, I'm ready to work it with you. So I'm not going to list every single date, like I said. But what I have on the board behind me, and this is the general astrological wheel, starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. This is the 1st of March, 2025. Just had our new moon, and Venus is going retrograde. She's station retrograde. That's why she's tipped to the side. This is an Aries energy at 10 degrees. So, whenever you cast a chart, you can be like, okay, this is going to be like the theme. This is like the theme for the month. You might be, when you have 2 planets in a house, like natally, when you have 2 planets in a house, it's like, okay, this is kind of an important place. We have a stellium 3 to 5. It's like, I'm absolutely obsessed. Right over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planetary bodies in our 12th house of soul purpose, healings, closures, and coming home. Whenever the sun transits the 12th house of your birth chart, but since we're going off the general wheel, if you don't know the time of your birth, you'd use this, we're a little bit like, did I even accomplish anything? Have I done anything? Have I done enough? Where was I last year? This is like New Year's energy. When the sun goes into Aries, that's our astrological new year. So you might be feeling a little bit of a reprise of your New Year's resolutions, if you will. I'm like, am I even worth anything? Am I doing anything right? Because that's, when the sun is in Capricorn energy, now we're in Pisces energy. It might feel like, this is coming up in a lot of the content that I'm seeing and a lot of the channelers and a lot of the messages that I've been getting, which is, how can we remove fear? Venus has been such a key player since December, going first into energy. She conjuncted with, Pluto first. She went all into these areas first, and now she's going retrograde at 10 degrees. She's spearheading into all of this energy, leading with love. So we must always find a way to lead with love, to ground ourselves every day and say, some of the advice that I gave in my 2025 workbook is, how can we view our life a little bit from above? Not in a disassociated way, not like, I'm not really here, nothing matters, but, oh, the avatar that is Sarah, this precious cargo, she's experiencing this. Isn't that beautiful? What if I was the director of the soap opera? What would I, predict next? What would I write next? What would be the coolest thing next? A lot of people, you might be feeling this slingshot energy that I'm ready for something. I'm ready to step into this. There's also, and I'm going to put the talk that I viewed. It was Pam Gregory and an angel channeler, Andrea Wyman. I forget her name, and I'm sorry. I'm going to put the talk below where this information was given to me. I did not channel this, so I want to offer that integrity. Is that they were saying that this time period, and I don't know if they referenced this month, but we're going to be privy to something. Something's going to be exposed. We're going to be shown something as a collective. Okay, because I asked the guys about that when I was making tea, so I'll wrap all this up. Where they were saying that we're going to see something in our external that is like, oh, aliens are real. Oh, you've been lying to us this entire time. Oh, you don't have my best interests in mind. Oh, I'm a pawn on what you think is your chessboard, and I've been disposable. No, I'm not going to come to work today. I'm gonna really unpack this with my family. I'm really gonna unpack this with my family. And so I asked my guides this morning about that to offer like a little bit of extra information. Definitely go check out that talk. It was a very accessible talk. And my guides were saying that a lot of us in this community have this knowing inside of us, have this awakening inside of us, where we know that we're living in a third dimensional matrix that, is, controlled by our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. We know that angels and all of these aliens and interdimensionals, multidimensionals are real. We know we're stepping into the fifth dimensional unity consciousness, but we needed some version of external, like, shattering to be like, that's my cue. That's my cue. I can do something now. I can step into my spiritual practice. I can do that. So expect that. Expect that. Expect that. Expect all of the woo, all of your conspiracy theories to just be validated, but in a way that, I did a whole video on this. Well, we can't have a told you so dance. We can't, I didn't expect this to come through for this video. My apologies. You can't even see it, but I'm wearing one of my favorite dresses. And yeah, it's coming into springtime, and it's been like a few 40, 50 degree weathers. And I'm like, dresses, obviously, it's time. So what do you mean by I told you so dance? So you've been the conspiracy theorist of your family. You've been the weird one in the group. You've been the one that talks about aliens and all of these different things. And then something happens that validates what it is that you've been talking about. When someone comes to you and they're like, oh my God, dude, you were right. If you do, we all have free will, do whatever you want. If you're like, told you so, then you obviously have some more inner teenager, inner adolescent stuff to be working out. There's obviously something in there that is a little bit unpolished that could be looked at. Not that you're wrong, you've been right. It's kind of like that phrase, like, you're right, but your execution will make you wrong. Or you can lead with love and just say, oh my goodness, how can I best support you right now? Well, this must be really jarring. I know that this wasn't easy for you when I was talking about it, and it must not feel easy for you to come to me with maybe your perceived egoic tail between your legs to say that the cuckoo pants girl that talks to aliens was right, but how can I support you? It was really scary when I awakened. How can I best support you? So just expect like millions of people to be awakened, to need what it is that you're offering, and be graceful instead of adolescent. I mean, you can be, but I feel as though you don't need to be. You need to really be, it's an offering to just say, wow, you came to me. You felt safe enough to come to me. I'm not going to really traumatize you in the way that I was probably traumatized. Like, we could do better. We could do better. So I didn't expect that. But I will put the links for the Pam Gregory talk, as well as that entire video that I did on why we can't have an I told you so dance in our awakening. So there's more of a deep dive in that. Some of these videos that I put out, they're not always the most viewed videos. Why is that, Sarah? Because looking at your own self in the mirror, looking at your shadow, looking at your inner teenager, your inner adolescent, your inner child, and saying, wow, I just let them take over the avatar right there, isn't always the most exciting work to do. But the sooner we do it, it's like the more you slow down, the quicker things go type of energy. So know that you're supported here. Know that you have space here. I have membership groups that are available for you. I have an all access membership group. We meet together once a month. We're meeting on the first Saturday of every month. We come together on a Zoom, and we connect. So definitely check out my membership groups. I have tons of accessible information for you, more of a deep dive, but you're not alone in what you're experiencing. Not at all. All right. So like I said, Pisces season video has way more information than what I'm going to give you, but we're just going to do some key dates. The 3rd of March, we're going to have Mercury go into Aries energy. I'm going to take the moon down because the moon's not going to be there. We're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Aries. We're not nice when Mercury's in Aries. We have no filter. We don't care. It's not like when Mercury's in Aquarius where it's like, I'm not judging you. It's like, no, I'm judging you. I'm judging you. And then if you say something back to me, I'm going to cry. I'm going to light something on fire. And then I'm going to go pee and eat something. And then I'll feel better and then be like, what are you crying about? So yeah, Aries is the infant baby ram. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It's not always like, yeah, you don't read the instructions. You just say it. You just do it. You just figure it out. just figure it out. I have a little short on the love with Aries. I'll put that below as well. I'll put that below. Okie dokie. So on the 11th, this is a very interesting day. So Mercury and Venus are going to conjunct, same point in the sky. In Aries energy, Venus is going to be retrograde and Mercury is going to be direct at 8 degrees of Aries. Why is this important? Later on this month, on the 29th, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, we're going to have our new moon eclipse at that degree. This is wide, but my guides are saying, what is 5 degrees on either side of 8 degrees of Aries? That area is very important. Very important. We've been talking about this for a while. So just do like first, I want to say first decan, but like first half of Aries energy. 0 degree Aries to 15 degrees Aries. What is there? That's getting this like windshield wiper of Venus retrograde, of Mercury retrograde, of a new moon eclipse. That's intense. What's there? What planets are there? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, like any of your planets. If you have any planets in the first half of Aries energy, you're not going to be the same after this month. You're not. You're not. If you want to really get specific, you could go to, and I have a whole astrology aspects video. Actually, that's in the toolbox, in my public playlist, the toolbox. I actually put together more playlists for you with tons more information. All the videos that I've been, doing that are not astrology for the past few years, I put together some playlists. It's like toolbox and then like insight and guidance, I think, is the second one. So definitely go check those playlists out. Tons of information for you, tons of information. So if you want to get super duper specific, you could look at 0 to 3 degrees of Aries, because you have a Pluto sextile. Pluto is sextiling because Pluto right here is going from 2 degrees to 3 degrees in the month. So what do we know about sextiles? That's like your favorite cousin showing up at the party. This is workable energy. It's a good time. You get along. You know what to do. You know what to talk about. You could also start a fire. You could burn things down, but you could start a can line. There's so many different things that you can do, but Pluto is shifting something. I mean, Pluto is the, what's the word I'm looking for? The Phoenix energy. So you'll never be the same again. So I'd say the first half of Aries energy, you're reworking things, you're really growing up. But the first 3 degrees of Aries, if you have any planets there, you will never be the same ever again for the rest of your life in the best way. In the best way. Like, what's the best thing that could happen? Ask yourself that as often as possible. After your meditations, after you've grounded, after you've done all of your bubbling, all of your different things, all of your chop wood, carry water, ask yourself in visualization, what is the best thing that could happen today? What is the coolest, most magical, most abundant, most auspicious, most romantic thing that could happen today? And visualize that. Yeah, good stuff. So that's the 11th. Very, very exciting day. 14th, eclipses. We're going to have our full moon eclipse in Virgo energy at 23 degrees. And it's 23 degrees and 57 minutes. So really, whenever like something happens at that late of a degree, it's not at 24 degrees. It's very specifically at 23 degrees. So what planets is this making aspects to? Where does 23 degrees of Pisces, where does 23 degrees of Virgo fall in your birth chart? This is important. This is important. This is a full moon eclipse. I have an entire membership group on full moon energy healings and channelings. Everything's below. I'm not going to talk about it right now. And I have a whole little video on introducing all of my membership groups. So you have accessible tools just from me, but you are going to have an overload of information. You are going to be bombarded, I'm just predicting this now, of so much information about full moons, about eclipses, about Pisces, about Virgo energy, about all of this stuff. Astrology is like, it's coming online. People are being like, oh my God, the second I was born, I knew that this was going to happen. In March of 2025. Yeah, the second you were born, your birth chart, we could overlay these planets and we would know that this is exactly what you were going to go through. So this isn't woo-woo. This is just saying math, history, and patterns. astrology. It's beautiful. Very, very accessible. On the general wheel, and I will have an entire public video on this. I will have an entire all signs reading, all public for you. So tons of information, either free or paid. So I got you, boo. Sun will be in the house of soul, purpose, healing, closure, and coming home. And the moon will be in our house of daily life and health and practical service. Show of hands, how many people are going through digestive things? How many people are going through food stuff, addiction stuff? I used to eat this and now I can't eat this. I used to smoke this and now I can't smoke this. I did this, ceremony and now I'm not the same. All these things are happening. And it's all a cafeteria line, but I feel as though I'm just listening to the guides. I don't even like the term prediction, but plant medicine is not for everyone. That's it. That's the speech. It's not for everyone. And one of the things that I talked about in the Pisces season video, I think I talked about it a little in February as well. It's in the workbook. If you do something every single day, and you said, okay, maybe one day I'm not going to do that. I'm looking at my coffee. I know. What happens? Do you clutch your invisible pearls? Are you like, oh, what are you talking about? Cannabis flower is legal. Of course it's fine. I was for 14 years high, so I totally get it. And it helped me get through some of the most powerful moments in my life. I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for cannabis. Yeah. Helped me really heal from an ED, relationship issues, being in situations that were very traumatizing. I was able to really live and survive and not lose my absolute mind. But it's kind of like, and I give this phrase a lot, I was just drinking the amoxicillin because it tasted like bubble gum and I didn't need it. So I'm coming up to almost a year without any butters, without any cannabis, nothing. Yeah, so it's amazing. And my channeling and went through the roof. But there are many times that I've utilized, and I've talked about this many times before, I've utilized plant medicines before. It's amazing stuff. But when you get to a certain point, how do I say? I was worried for a while. Like when I first started to make art being sober, I was like, is anything going to be good? Is this going to be good? Is anything going to even be like, you need this to make art. You need this to sing. You need this to do this. You need this to do this. I didn't. And so it's a lot of that, like, precious, you're mine, I need you. So looking at that and recognizing that if we are, my guides really want me to, speak from I statements. We speak from I statements around here. So many times when I would drink alcohol, it's been many years since I've not had alcohol, I would come home at the end of the day and I would literally drop my bags to the ground and would be making a vodka, rocks, splash of soda with a lime. The soda, it makes the alcohol get into your bloodstream faster, so it's like of soda. That was my only concern. And I would be downing one and then be on my second before I would even change my clothes, before I would even shower or wash my face. What I recognized, I was doing the same thing with cannabis. I would come home at the end of a restaurant shift and I would literally drop my stuff to the floor, go to the cabinet and be smoking an entire bowl to my face before I could even, I was like, after I stopped smoking, it was food and I would be grabbing a bag of dried organic mangoes and I would be sitting there. So look at that. Just look at that. I'm not perfect. I'm just saying that if I am experiencing this, maybe someone else is experiencing this, and maybe those experiences can help you. That was a massive tangent I didn't expect. So we'll talk about the full moon eclipse later on when that comes up. And because this is the health axis, the 6th and the 12th houses, and this is where the nodes are, health is just a theme. It's just a theme for a lot of people where you're like, oh, I can't eat that anymore. Or, oh, I have no idea how that cow was treated. Or, oh, all these things, how many bugs had to die for that organic avocado. So it's like, nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect, but just being aware. Let's see. Okay. So that's the 14th. The 15th is when Mercury goes retrograde. I love that for all of us at 9 degrees. I don't want us, it's funny, my guides are like, don't take it as like, oh my God, Mercury's retrograde. This happens 3 times a year. Just don't make big deals. Don't sign big contracts. Don't make massive changes. Venus and Mercury retrograde, give that attention inward. Rework something. Red, right, returning. Go inward. Venus, our yin planet. Receive. Give the love that you normally give to others to yourself. Mercury, give all of the outer things. Redo your website. Recheck things. Go over them. And it's eclipse season. Dude, don't make big decisions right now. Just you're buckled into like a nice, okay, so it's a really cute image that my guides are giving. Imagine that you are normally on a motorcycle and you're just like, you're vibing, you're doing your thing, you're just riding down the road of life, you're a lone wolf, lone ranger, and you're just doing it. Then we come to eclipse season, God, universe, whomever, source, sits in the driver's seat, and you just get a cute little sidecar. You just like sit in the sidecar, you have your riding scarf and your little helmet on, you got your dog or your cat in your lap and your family, and you're like, yeah, because God can take the rainbow road. Yeah, God can fly and can just say, oh, we're going to go over here. God's like Falcor, so just like, let that be beautiful. Let it be magical. Let it be a twinkle in your eye. Let it be glorious and abundant. I just love the guides so much. So it's like whenever I would, back in the day when I really did plant medicine, I was microdosing and then I was dosing and then my addictive personality came out and then I had to stop completely. And so I would call it like the Disney film when it would start. And I'm like, the air is breathing. This is wonderful. The air is breathing anyways. You don't need a plant to tell you that. The air is breathing anyways. So it's happening no matter. So again, this is at that 8, 9, 10 degrees of Aries point. That's the 15th. The 20th, it's the equinox, spring, fall, wherever you are in the world. I love Aries season. Aries, it's so much fun. It's just like, the irrationality of a good Aries is just, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I will have an entire video on that. We've been in, this is, solstice equinox energy. So this is like a God's Caudalie. So that Aries video is going to take you to Cancer season. So whatever's been coming up since the Capricorn solstice in December up until now, this is closing a chapter. I'll have a whole video on that. The 23rd, speaking of Aries, that's my birthday. The sun is sextiling Pluto that day. Yeah, Pluto's making like a complete direct sextile to my natal sun. It's incredible and intense, but that's, there's nothing else to say. It's just my birthday on the 23rd, on March 23rd. So we'll continue. The 26th, Black Moon Lilith is going into Scorpio. Like I said, I follow the mean Lilith and the mean nodes and not the true. So if you follow the true nodes, it's going to be a much different date. But Lilith is the wild woman, the wild man inside of us. She cannot be tamed. In myth, she was the first wife of Adam. Like, they had babies, like they were living. She was made of the same as Adam, not of the rib of Adam. Definitely do your own research on this. I'm going to butcher this, so do your own research on this myth. And she wanted to be herself. It's kind of like, and my content's not for kids, like she wanted to get on top every once in a while. And Adam was like, absolutely not, that's adorable. And so she was shunned. And I'll let you do more research on her because it was very much like in the myth, she was lied to, whatever she was told was not honored and all these different things. So when we invoke Lilith, when we work with Lilith, the Lilith inside all of us, we all have Lilith in our birth chart. I would find out where your natal Lilith is, what sign and what house it's in, and really get to know that aspect of yourself and see where Scorpio energy falls in your chart. Lilith is in a sign for 9 months, very connected to the divine feminine. So Lilith is going to be transiting the house of deep transformation, death and rebirth, sensuality, sexuality. A lot of us are going to be experiencing the guides. I'm just so jazzed. A lot of people are meeting their divine partners right now, and they're letting the romance blossom in a beautiful, slow, delicious, molasses type of a way, getting to know themselves, getting to know their partner, and not rushing into anything. I won't be. Don't. Get to know, because you'll know instantly. Like, when you meet your divine partner, you're gonna be like, that's her, that's him. And it's gonna be, so then why rush? You buy a book that's this thick, you're like, I just want to read the last few pages. Yeah. Oh, no, I haven't even bought it yet, but I'm just going to read the last few pages. Don't rush it. So I think that and a lot of like the kinks are going to match when you meet your partner, and you're going to get to like enjoy it. And for my the people that are in divine partnerships right now, like, yeah, bring them babies. Just bring them in. Just keep bringing them in. Keep loving up on your partner. Give a massage. Have a date night once a week. Really, like, yeah, love up on each other. Do it. We need that energy in this world. We need divine, sensual, sexual energy to be channeled into this world. So, and start wearing skirts, start wearing dresses, start wearing suits, like, show up. Yeah. Like, no more, I just went to yoga and I'm just hopping into the grocery store. Like, there's a changing room at the yoga studio. Bring something else to wear, change into it. Like, how good does it feel to take off sweaty clothes and put on a sundress or put on like a nice outfit and go out and to like look nice? It feels really nice to look nice. I'm just saying. So that's the 26th. The 27th, Venus is still retrograde. She's retrograding back into Pisces and conjuncting with Neptune. I'm going to move the north node up at 29 degrees. Neptune's sitting at 29 degrees. Get a little bit farther down, take you down. So that's the 27th. Venus retrogrades back into Pisces energy and conjuncts Neptune at 29 degrees. The 29th is our new moon eclipse at that 9-degree point. 8-degree point. 8-degree. And this is the first new moon since November that's breaking the cycle of not being at 9 degrees. Like the new moon we had in Scorpio was at 9 degrees, 9 degrees, 9 degrees, 9 degrees, 9 degrees, and now it's at 8 degrees. So we've completed a cycle. So this is new energy. I just wanted to highlight that. I talked about that a lot in the new moon in Pisces video. Yeah, that was a completed cycle. So that was beautiful. So new moon eclipse in Aries at 8 degrees. And Mercury goes retrograde. Its retrograde goes back into Pisces energy and conjuncts Neptune. Yeah. New moon eclipse in Aries at 8 degrees. Mercury retrogrades back into Pisces, and Mercury conjuncts Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. I find these 2 days to be poignant, and I will have an entire video on this new moon eclipse. I don't even know what to say. Like, I have no idea what to say about that. That's insane. This is like, yeah. Okay. So why is that important, Sarah? Because on the 30th, Neptune goes into Aries. Water meets fire. I'm excited. I must have said something in the workbook about this because it's just so wild. Expect anything. I've said it so much. Yeah. my God, this is just like... Neptune is our Poseidon in the sky planet. It's the second outermost planet only to Pluto. So Pluto and then Neptune. Neptune going into Aries, I do have to say that by the end of the year, Neptune will retrograde back into Pisces, will only go to 29 degrees and then come back. So again, looking at where 28, 29 degrees of Pisces energy is, like, where does this fall in your chart? Where is that? Because you're never going to be the same again. If you want to be, if you want to grow, if you want to grow. You know, I had a new subscriber comment just recently, just this morning, or maybe last night, and I read it this morning, about how, you know, I love the way that you do this content. I really appreciate the way that you explain the planets. And I love that you utilize the lens of a growth mindset, which is something that even if I don't want to admit it, I really need. It touched my heart in a way that this isn't happening to us. This is, all of these energies are just like tools laid out on a table that we can say, oh, okay, I want to pick this up. Okay, I want to pick this up. Oh, okay, I want to pick this up. I want to use this. Instead of standing there and be like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I'm scared. Do things to prevent fear. Do things to prevent any of the things that go off in your brain. Any of the things. Practical things. Have water. Have food. Have cash. Small bills in the house. Full tank of gas in the car as often as possible. Half is full. Half is empty. You know what I mean? Do little things. Practical things. Because if the whole world's on fire, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go pay my Comcast bill. You're going to be in an okay, safe space. You're going to be fine. That's also something that I referenced here. Finding a way, and I kind of want to leave with this, and then I'm going to channel, and then we're going to wrap up, because I don't want to have this to be too long. Have a way for you to trust, have a mantra that says, I will know what I need to know before I need to know it. The world will tell you, God will tell you, your higher self will tell you, your spirit team will tell you, your telephone will tell you. If something is important enough for you to know, the universe will find you and tell you before you need to know it. You'll get the download. If that's not your language, I'll put it in quotes for you. You'll get the download. You'll get the thing that says, I'm just going to buy like a thing of beans and rice and some protein powder and some water. I'm just gonna, yeah. Because I don't want to be freaking out. So I'm just gonna set myself up for success. Not full prepper, but just maybe like a week's worth of like extra goodness and things that you love. Yeah. I have a bag of dried pineapples in my pantry where I'm going to be like, everybody's awakening, because it's going to be a celebration, a wonderful celebration. So I think I've gone off the rails a little bit. If you know, you know. For those who don't know, I had someone who doesn't like my slurping, and my beautiful community was very supportive about it. So they're like, you drink water, girl, and just keep it right next to the microphone. So I'm trying my best. I'm in my house, in my cafe, trying to offer as much information as I can. So, okay, so I am going to now offer some channeled messages for you. And so if you are new to my channeled messages, we're just going to ground a little bit first. If this isn't for you, you can end this video right now. That's totally okay. Absolutely no judgment. And then afterwards, I'm going to, kind of wrap us back up again. I did a whole video on spiritual hygiene. I highlighted the work of Elizabeth April. That's really reminding us is that and I'll put the link for that below, because I, talk about muffins, and it was a beautiful, like, it's no joke what we're experiencing and what we're going through right now. And channeling is no joke. Connecting to a higher consciousness is no joke. And so really honoring with, I have Sage and Palo Santo right here, bringing us back, like closing after meditation, doing all the things, and make it as like casual is what I want to say, is like wiping your mouth and checking your teeth after you've eaten food. So let's just take a moment to center ourselves and ground and just breathe. And feel the breath in our body. We're going to visualize our grounding cord going deep into the center of the earth. Past all things that grow, into the darkness, and connecting to the center of the earth. We'll feel a tautness from our root, goes all the way up to our head. And we know that we are grounded. We know that we are safe. We know that we are bubbled and protected, cloaked in impenetrable invisibility, and we are safe to channel. We are safe to receive messages for the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested, with no harm coming to any. I am a clear channel. I welcome my guides and angels and galactic councils to offer information for myself and this community that we could benefit from knowing going into March 2025. What do we need to see? There will be no hiding the truth. There's no hiding the truth. The truth might be scattered about with lies, with fear. The image that I'm being given is of diamond hunting, and you're sifting out all of the mud and the gunk, and little diamonds are there. Your personal discernment of beauty and love makes your being impenetrable. Many of you in this school, in this space, in this Colosseum, are very grounded and very bubbled and very protected, and you trust that impenetrable guidance, very much so. Some of you not. Some of you not. I'm connecting to the Galactic Council of Nine and the energy of the Council of Nine. There are universes watching Earth right now. Many of you have known this, many of you have seen this, many of you have felt this, and you are a star. Just doing like this, jazz hands. Play the role you came to play. Play the role you came to play. Many are being elevated to a new level of knownness. They're like not quotes, but knownness. I'm just seeing like the whole, like, just like imagine just like a massive land mass, and there's people scattered all over it, and everyone's standing on it. It's just the earth, and all of a sudden the earth that you're standing on just gets pushed up to a different level, and you're just like, oh my God, am I okay? Am I okay? And then when you get to that different level, you see that there are other people at that level, people in your community, people that you love, and you're not alone, and you just don't really look down. You're not looking down on other people. It's just a different vibration. It's just a different energy. It's not a different world. And so it's super quantum, because it's like you're not going to a different planet, you're not going to a different world, you're not going to a different anything. So the only image that they can give us in this third dimensional matrix is we're elevating, we're going up. And then when you're on these little platforms, you're recognizing I can walk around. This is my normal world. This is my normal life. It's just in a different paradigm. I'm hearing the term less fighting, more freedom. A lot of you, whatever freedom you've been seeking is coming for you, will be just offered to you very, very beautifully, very, very gently. And they're like, this community does not like the word gentle. It's almost like triggering. It's like gracefully, gingerly, slowly. It's like you're seeing this big being, and it's like an angel or an archangel or like a Zeus being. It's like you're seeing this like demigod type person, and they've got this platter, and they're trying to give you everything that you want, and they're like coming in slowly, and they're like, don't be scared, I love you. And a lot of us have this, built-in fear, because we're like, well, you can fly, and you're interdimensional, you're multidimensional, and I'm, third dimensional, I'm human, I can't fly, I can't do all these things. But you are God having a human experience, as they are not. So to be human is one of the most precious roles kind of in the universe, in the multiverse right now. So just know that if you feel like you are being asked to do something different, or to just continue with what you're doing, but in a way where you're like, yeah, this is me. I'm an old soul. I, have visions of myself as a goddess, or I know that I'm this, or I know that I'm this, I know that I'm this. That's on purpose, because you are. You're not, it's not like saying like I'm the second coming of Yeshua. That's not, in my perspective, happening, but it's very much saying I'm channeling, I'm tapping into this energy, I'm experiencing this energy. And I believe in it. And I believe in it. There are a lot of people that are experiencing these contradictions. I myself experienced that, where I love the book and the word, and I'm also a channeler, which isn't always well received in that capacity. So know that you can have contradictory belief systems in a way that you can say, I love Yeshua, I love treat others as you want to be treated, and that you can have conflicting belief systems when you lead with love. I have a whole video on my website. It's a video on meeting your higher self. If you've not yet met your higher self, it's literally on my pay what you want. Like, you can watch it for free. It's on my website. It's available. Connecting to your higher self, the higher selves, could be very helpful during this time. And taking a moment to ground every day. Seeing the earth, the whole globe, and you on the globe, feeling like there's somebody shaking the globe like a snow globe, and then you look up and it's a version of you and your higher self. You're like, this is when you wanted to be shook up. This is when you wanted to wake up a little bit more. So know that the planets aren't happening to you. This is a time that collectively we contracted as humans for us to have a big jump in awakening, in awareness, in our awareness. And sometimes you have to see the dark as a group to know that you are the light. Thank you so much. So let's take a moment to come back to this present moment. Thank the guides for being here with us, for the Galactic Council, for the 9 for being here with us. And know now that we are cutting cords to that. We're cutting cords to that reality. We're cutting cords to that connection so we can stay sovereign and safe within our human experience. Come back to our human. Look at our hands. Am I here? I love using Palo Santo or sage. It really brings me back to presence. You can use, there's times that I've used rose water or frankincense, essential oils, just something that brings you back to this present moment. Shake out your body and know that that energy's over. And we're here, and we're back, and we're human. A little bit of spiritual hygiene just kind of changes the whole thing, right? 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 Ooh, one phrase that was highlighted. Remember, if something is not working out, say thank you. It is literally God preventing something from happening that was not meant to happen. Trust it. I think that's it. I really wanted this to be a lot shorter, but it's not possible to be. Tons more information for you. The Pisces season introductory video has a lot of these dates up until the Aries Equinox, obviously. Membership groups, all sorts of things. My workbook, it's on sale now on my website. That under the products, it's pay what you want, meaning your higher self. You don't have to pay anything. You can watch it for free. Again, Sarah's protocol could be for you. There's a few different things on that. Pay what you want. You can just watch them for free. If you're new to my work, you just want to get to know me and a little bit more of that. I'll put all of the videos that I referenced below. And I will have tons more information for you. But just these are the key dates in March to look out for. What questions do you have for me? Please subscribe to the channel. If this is information that you're interested in, please, give this video a thumbs up. Please share it with somebody that might be also in their own arena, also doing the best that they can with the tools that they have available. And maybe astrology can be a tool for you to whittle and put into your toolbox and utilize and be aware of. It's very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. From one corporate hustle culture survivor to another, having a little bit of validation and a little bit of foresight in my Boston helps a lot. So, I love you. I'll see you soon.